So, what's up, everyone? Another Freak Chef classic recipe. Well, actually, it's not mine. This is actually someone else's. It's called the Barn Rat Cheese Ball. Yes, named after my K-City chick, Barn Rat Sunshine Trash. Fuck my shit. And this is my first time making it, and I'm making it for a New Year's Eve party. So this is going to be very exciting. I don't need the entire recipe because I need to actually cut it down. So this is also going to be an experiment, but I'm very excited about because this is going to be hopefully banging like a biscuit. And this is a quick one, so easy to do. And if you want me, Pain Freak, your private culinary pain toy to cook for you, your family, your special occasion event, bachelor, bachelorette parties, and whatever, play with me, not your food, hit me up on my website, painfreakofficial.com. So anyway, let's get started. We got our kitchen power tools out over here. Fuck my shit. I'm just doing that to make it a lot easier because there's a lot of other stuff I got to make, but this one's going to be an easy one. Now, it calls for cream cheese, some shredded cheese, green onion, Italian seasoning, and that's pretty much what you put in the cheese ball part. And then most cheese balls have like this nutty crust around it. This actually calls for Cheetos, the crunchy like little curly fresh Cheeto things. So we're gonna do that too. And oh, of course, one cracker. Because once you get it all mixed, it's good to test it. So let's get started. So we're going to start by putting our cheese, and this is just shredded. I'm using triple cheddar for this. You can use extra sharp cheddar. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. Now I let it sit out for just a little bit to get to room temperature, or close to it, just to make it easier to work with. Oh, that's going to be plenty for 4 people. Holy shit. Yeah. So normally it calls for 16 ounces. This is an 8-ounce bag. And it calls for 1 block of cream cheese. Blocks of cream cheese are normally about 8 ounces. But I have a half here from another recipe I was doing for that. So I'm going to start with that. Again, I left it out at room temperature so that it's nice and easy to work with. And that was not quite a half because I think I used a little more than I normally would have in the one part, but one recipe, but that's okay. So I bought another block. I always like to have extra ingredients around, especially extras of certain things, because just in case you run short, you have to do something over, it didn't come quite out the way you wanted it to, at least it's you got the stuff to do it. You don't need to go running to the store last minute at all. So we'll go ahead and get a little more in there. We're going to need maybe another 1/4 of a block. It calls for a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I don't play with Italian seasoning. I'm just going to go in here with my own little Italian seasoning, which really is just a basil, oregano, parsley, garlic, onion powder type blend. And some Italian seasonings don't have the garlic powder in there, but they got like salt and pepper and other stuff in there. Basil, oregano, and you can add parsley if you really want, but I don't think that's too necessary. These aside, we're going to keep them handy just in case we need them. And we need our green onion. I already rinsed these a little while ago, and I trimmed off some of the deadish ends. And we could sit there with a cutting board and do this with a knife. I just like to do it very fine with my kitchen shears. And this calls for the green parts only. If you want to put the white parts in, you can. No big deal. For now, we're going to start on really low, just to start it incorporating. I'm going to use one of these flexible spatulas just to scrape some of this off, clean our beaters up. That's actually really good. Fuck yeah. Hey, I don't think it needs anything else. I think it's all good to go. Well, I'm going to have a little more cracker here. That fresh green onion, that Italian blend seasoning, the cheese, the cream cheese. I think we got it perfect. Oh yeah. All right. Mmm. Oh my God. That's amazing. Okay. There's nothing else that needs to be done with that cheese ball. But, seasoning wise, we do have to make our crust for it. And we're going to use another one of our power tools over here. Our super choppy food processor. Because we're going to take these Cheetos, and this is what's going to make the crust on the outside of the cheese ball. We'll start with a half a bag. See what that looks like. We'll take it for a spin. Okay. Quite a bit of Cheeto dust laying around here. But that's okay. It's like the Cheeto fairy visited us. If you don't have a food processor like this, or you can use a blender, you can also just take the whole bag, open it up, fold the edge, take a rolling pin or a wine bottle or a beer bottle or whatever, or a big frying pan, just smash them up because you want them to be crumpled up just like this. And that's going to be the crust on the outside of our cheese ball. We're just going to put this on a sheet of plastic wrap. Scoop all that out. And we're holding this overnight because, like I said, this could be done a day ahead of time, so take advantage of that. Now, the advantage of putting it in the plastic, and I like to do this whether I'm serving it the same day or not, this is something I will make ahead of time because I'm going to want to form it into a round of a ball as possible. Take our plastic. Want to get it into a round of a ball as possible, just like that. I want a ball, but you can do this as like a cheese log. You can do this in a number of shapes. We'll overlap those. Fold this over, and as we're sealing it, just press it down just like that. And this goes in the refrigerator for at least an hour before you crust it. 45 minutes is fine too, depending on how cold your refrigerator is. But I like to do it overnight. It gets nice and firm. It holds its shape really nice and gives you a little bit more time the colder it is to roll it in that Cheeto crust when you're about to serve it. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this in plastic. We're going to store it overnight, cover this container up. It is ready to go tomorrow. And I bet with that oregano and basil and everything in there sitting overnight, it's just going to get better and better and better. Those flavors are going to start infusing into the cheese ball mixture. You do not want to put the crust, the Cheeto crust, on until you're just about ready to serve it. If you put the crust on before that or too long before, it's going to start getting soggy. It's not going to be crispy, and it's just going to kind of be a mushy outside crust on the cheese ball. So keep that in mind. I'm Pain Freak, the Freak Chef. Thanks for checking out my video. Subscribe if you want me to cook for you at your place, your private party function, whatever it is you got going on, your kink party, whatever. Go to my website, figure out how to book me. Go to painfreakofficial.com. That's my Barn Rat Cheese Ball. Not my Barn Rat Cheese Ball, but that's me making the Barn Rat Cheese Ball for my Cave City chick, Rachel, Barn Rat Sunshine. Love you guys.